I'd like to make a motion, these items are similar, if I read them correctly, but I'd like to take items 15 and 30 and group them together. They're all ad valorem tax exemption items.
Items 15 through 30 is a consolidated motion. Would there be a second?
Second.
Discussion on the procedural motion. Councilman Sullivan.
Yes, ma'am. Mayor, every year this comes up, I vote against it, and I think for any council member to decide that they want to take away my right to vote no on these items individually, and maybe make comments about them, because they are not all the same. They're in different parts of town. They have different values. It makes a lot of sense to vote on them individually. I think it's wrong, and I'll just say that. So I'll be voting against the motion. And I think it's, I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Further discussion? Moving to vote.
Discussion.
Councilman Bradford.
Thank you, Mayor. I think there's some merit in what Councilman Sullivan has said, only if he intends not to just unilaterally vote no on all of them, but if he, I want Mayor permission to ask, engage him as to whether he has specific comments about a particular item between 15 and 30 that he wants to comment on it, so I'll support him in his position. So Councilman Sullivan, please.
Councilman Sullivan, do you wish to respond?
Okay, thank you, Councilman. And Mayor, one more point of clarification. You're doing 15 through 30? Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, and similar to what the Vice Mayor Pro Tem Bradford stated, my intention is not to limit anyone from talking on any of these individually. If that's the case, then I'm willing to withdraw my motion to allow for that to happen. I'm just, you know, they're all similar items, and it's a yes or no vote for all of them. Then that was my only purpose was to expedite things, but I'm willing to remove that if the council member would like to speak to these individually.
There are no other comments. Moving to a vote on the procedural motion. Favoring? Opposed?
No.
Procedural motion carries. Councilmembers Brown and Sullivan voting no. So we will then call the, was our procedural motion to group them? And now we will move to a vote on the consolidated motion. We will now vote yea or nay on items 15 through 30. Councilman Sullivan.
Pardon me, I've got a sore throat, been under the weather the last few days. Not each of these items is bad on its own merit, but considering the fact that as a district council member, I ask for things from time to time for my council district, and a lot of times we're told yes, which is great, and we're always appreciative of this administration, any other administration, but we're oftentimes told no. And when I look at the aggregate of what I'll term give away here at the city council table in the way of general fund revenue, we just have to put a number on it. We gave away potentially up to $35 million for the downtown district on the residential district. We gave away money today, potentially up to, you know, it depends on how you look at it, $130, $140 million on the hotel deal. It goes on and on and on. So when I make a simple request, for instance, at the Kingwood Library, we built a small parking lot for the library with the idea that as the library grew in operations, we would expand the parking lot. So when I asked for more money to build a parking lot to accommodate my constituents who are trying to go to the library, I'm told no, because we don't have the money. I think that's unfair. So this is indicative of what happens when we give a lot of money away. In many cases, in these ad valorem tax forgiveness, if you will, I look at it more of a reward for the homeowner, not an incentive. I believe in incentives. I think they help. I think they have a place and consideration here at the council table. But to reward property owners after the fact for something that they're going to probably and most likely do on their own without the incentive, I think is just wrong. So one of my considerations there. Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, we'll move to a vote on the items. Favoring, opposed, items carried. Councilmember Sullivan voting no.